Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel, and today in this video, moving to our third video, we are going to see how we can add some custom tools to our LLM. In the first and second video, in the first video we saw how we created a state graph. It was a very basic definition of a state graph. Then in the second video, we did implement a few tools, but they were all community driven tools. For example, we fetched information from Wikipedia and Exif. In this video, we are going to take one more step. We are going to create our own tools, certain actions which we want the LLM to perform on our data or in the way which we want, and then see how the result comes in. So now for these videos, if you want to understand them properly, I would say you need to have seen the previous two videos, at least the second video, if not the first one. So yes, there is a prerequisite, otherwise it will be difficult for you to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, I will try to explain or go into details as much as possible, but yes, some things are more detailed, explained in more details in my previous video. All right, so let's get started. All these things are imported. Nothing major has changed. I have annotated, typed it. These are for my state and stuff. This is how I create my graph. I'll need the start and nodes. I'll need the state graph. I need the add messages so that I'm able to add messages to my state. This is how I will define my tools. Okay, I'll create a tool node as well. The condition, all these things we have seen already in my second video. OS, this is for my pulling the env. Request is new in this Python notebook because I'm going to make an API call. And there's one more change. I am going to use Ollama this time instead of Grok. I wanted to show you that we can do it with local LLMs as well. This is straightforward. I am loading the environment. I'm getting the Grok API key, which for now I don't want actually. Langsmith API key. Then I'm setting these environments. This is required for the Langsmith to log certain things. Then I have my LLM instance. I'll just go through these. There's play, and that's about it, right? I have my LLM instance. Now, in here, I'm defining my tools. So the first custom tool is a very simple one. It receives an input, some kind of a name, and I'm saying that generate a friendly greeting for this particular user. Keep it short and cheerful. So what happens is I'll get this. This is becoming a dynamic prompt for the LLM. I'm sending that prompt to the LLM and I'm invoking it. So it will try to, let's say if we get Amitav over here, then it will say that generate a friendly greeting for Amitav, keep it short and cheerful. Okay, this is my first tool. Very simple, to be very honest, very useless, but just so that we understand how things work, this is a very basic tool that we have. Okay, so this is the definition. Now for the LLM to bind to this tool, this is how we syntactically add that. This is hello tool. I'll pass these three parameters to this tool object. Okay, this I have the name, the function, the description. Now here it is important to understand that an LLM will make decisions about using tools based on certain things. For example, the description of the tool, the name of the function, right? So it is important that we are able to tell the LLM in a very meaningful way what it does. So the name and the description is important. Okay, so I'll just execute this. This is our first very simple tool. Now this is important. Okay, I have a tool called find user details. What does it do? It makes a user request to this JSON placeholder API. This is the API, and it has multiple users, about 10. So what I'm trying to do over here is I'll get the users. So request.get this URL.json for user in users. If username is equal to the username that I'm looking for. So I'm doing a lowercase and I'm matching. If any of the input name matches any of these users, okay, then I create a user describe prompt. So this is the string, describe the user with details, blah, 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 blah. You can read this. And then again, I'm invoking my LLM model. If nothing is there, I say user not found. Okay, so this is my second tool. Again, this is the instance of the tool, name, function, description. Then, if you would have remembered in our last video, we created a list of tools. So this is my list, and I'm getting LLM equals LLM.bind tools. So I have a new instance of the LLM with all these tools. Then I'm creating my state. This is again very similar, no change from the previous video. This is my chatbot node definition. I execute this. Then I create my state graph. So builder, the first node is chatbot. This is the definition. Then I create my tool node. Tool node has these tools which are defined over here. I add that node as tools. Then I have this conditional edge. Okay, it checks the tool conditions, will check whether the LLM needs to invoke a tool or not, and based on that it will do that. I have an edge between the tools and the chatbot and the start and the chatbot. Then I do a compile. So let me do that. Then I display the image, pretty straightforward. And now I will run these inputs and see how things go. Now this is running on my local LLM, so you can see a significant increase in the memory pressure on my machine because now the Llama models are running. You can see this is the memory consumption of the Llama daemon which is running on my machine. Okay, I wonder why it is taking so much time to just say hello. Okay, I think this is the second one. So okay, the user introduced themselves as Alice. Let me check the available tools. Here's the hello tool and find user. So you can see this is doing all the thinking. Received input inside tool Alice. Again, it is thinking. Sometimes it does go into a loop and it can hallucinate. You have to be ready with that. Local LLMs sometimes do behave in strange ways. So it says, okay, the user wants a friendly greeting. So it did that. So the first point, which is the friendly greeting, right? That tool call was absolutely fine. It gave me this output. Okay, this is the thinking, by the way. Yeah, it is still there. Finally, if you see, and the local LM took about 3 rounds, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then or maybe 4 actually, and this got that. Okay, so this is fine. Now we are searching for the user. If you look at the inputs, let me go here. This is the first user, and okay, the user is asking, and it is trying to find user tool. Yes. Okay, let's see. The user wants me to describe this. Okay, first name this, email this. Wait, the email seems to be associated with Nathan, but the name is so it is creating those points, but fine. In the end, it just says the username is the thinking has stopped. So the user name is Clementine Bosch, whatever it is. Let's see. Clementine, right? Yes. This is the email. So it did say that the email and the name doesn't match, which is a good thing. And it lives in Mackenzie, whatever it is, which is this city. Yes, that's the string. And works in Romaguera Jacobson, which is the company, because company.name is Romaguera Jacobson. Similarly, it will try to find for the other user, although it is still in the loop. Oh, no. It is looking for Patricia Lebsack. Let's see, where is the thinking stopping? Yes. The user is this with email again. Where is it? I know it exists. Let me do a control F. That will be easier. Or is it the second user? Yeah. Julianne O'Connor. Where is it? Yes, this is the email. Lives in South Elvis. Is that correct? Yes, city South Elvis. And Robel Corkery. That's the company name. So now, if you see, this is the beauty of tools. My model, this local model, because it understands tool calling, although it took a little more time, but it was able to understand my request, understand the response from each tool, and based on that, it was able to give you a response. So you can have a number of tools, and the LLM will be able to make those decisions and fetch information from your database or your APIs, and it will be able to give you a meaningful information and do certain things what you want it to do. So yeah, that's it guys. That's what tool calling will allow you to do with your LLM. I find it very powerful to create AI models, or sorry, AI agents with our own custom tools, because there is so much that we can do, right? And this is what I wanted to demonstrate in this notebook. I hope you like this video guys. If you like this video, then do click on the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.